Back here at Coach Mangini, we are going viral. Check out these Niner rookies looking to make a name for themselves. Oh, battling in some scooter jousting.
Oh.
Coach, I would imagine this is the perfect way for a rookie to make a roster.
Yeah, I don't know whose idea that is. I wonder how that's covered if they get injured in their contract. Is that covered for...
Yeah, they're out there because I see some coaches in the background, like the beginning of a special teams practice or something.
So, yeah, I wonder if they tape that and show...
I know you couldn't have that on Dennis Green's field. I know that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of fields I've seen that on, but...
I'm sure Belichick would love
That's the recipe to win 12 games right there.
Nobody can have
every team. Let's do it.
You know, Nick is dying. Nick's like,
no, I'm not dying.
Why can't everybody just have fun?
It's not why can't everybody have fun. Why can no one have a second of fun?
You're jousting before what if someone gets hurt? Like on the off.
You're gonna put an eye. Oh my God.
What if he twists his ankle though?
But
your body's your money maker.
I get it.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't. Your body's more important than having a little fun.
Okay, I get it. And the coaches, as you guys mentioned, who are out there, decided for one reason or another, this will be okay. And it looks like no one got hurt.
But if someone did get hurt, there'd be people getting fired for this.
I have seen,
it would be like 20 segments.
Nick, I have seen so many bouts of fun.
That end terribly?
I guarantee I've had more fun in the NFL locker room than you.
That's correct. Right, and you ended up where? In the Hall of Fame. You were okay.
It wasn't because of the fun, no.
But it didn't prevent you. You were okay. You guys did all those great, man. You've told me these stories. Come on.
I know a bunch of people got hurt, Nick.
Yeah.
Listen, no one's more fun than Coach.
Yeah,
so
and we
next
got
break, we'll hear about all your crazy stories. On to the Patriots
and you know
now.
You cruise easy.
Hey, over the weekend, Tom Brady signed a 2-year extension that actually isn't an extension. He signed a non-extension extension, if you will, one that makes him a free agent after this season. Well, then word came out the 4th-round draft pick, Jarrett Stidham, the young quarterback, is reportedly turning heads in training camp. And then word came out that Tom and Giselle just put their Boston area house on the market. It's a lot of words. Coach, any chance the Patriots move on from Brady or Brady moves on from the Patriots after this season?
Yeah, there's always a chance that can happen. And I got to see Chris this weekend at the Hall of Fame, and I also saw a bunch of other great Patriots at the Hall of Fame. I saw Ty Law and Lawyer Malloy and Otis Smith, Richard Seymour, and all those guys they moved on from. And they moved on, you know, Lawyer we cut at the end of training camp.
Right, like a few days before the regular season.
Right, and he went to the Bills,
and they whooped you week 1.
Yeah, and then we won the Super Bowl.
True?
Yeah, it is.
None of them are Tom Brady.
Huge, we got crushed.
It was 30-0.
Anyway,
and
boys,
then we went 14-2.
let's just move on.
So, but one of the great things, if you want to view it as great, is Bill's ability to look at things from an economics perspective, from a cold, calculating what's in the best interest of the team perspective.
Coach, does he think like us?
No. Well, he may think like you and I. It's much more of can he help us? But the
emotion
is not there. No. It's. I remember when we released Otis Smith, and I was shocked. I thought Otis was definitely Otis, fantastic guy, and it was one of those business decisions that had to be made, and it was in the best interest of the team, is what Bill felt, and he has that ability. A lot of coaches will hold on to players for too long because there's nostalgia. You'll hear people say, of course they should pay him because of all that he's done for the organization. Of course they should do this because of all he's done for the organization. That's not the thought process there, and it helps them to move forward each year and make business decisions.
To me, the perfect example of it all is, and you were with the team when this happened, is Troy Brown. Troy Brown, 1 year you guys are down corners. He has he's a wide receiver with real money to make in contracting incentives by playing as much wide receiver as possible. You guys press him into service as a cornerback. He ends up helping you guys win a Super Bowl. After that year, the Patriots call Troy Brown in and say, hey, you're under contract for next year, and we want you back next year. But looking around the league, you're going to make X. We think your market value is actually X minus a couple million. We're going to cut you and then try to re-sign you at a discount. He just helped them win a Super Bowl and left money on the table doing it, and yet that's exactly what they did, and he re-signed, and it was a cold, calculating way to do business, even though he had just sacrificed, and you'd won a championship in part because of it, right? Like that
we asked a guy in year 12 who primarily played receiver, played defensive back, played 250 snaps. He ended up, you know, unfortunately leading the team in interceptions. That's where we were at that point. But yeah, they were ready to move on. And there's a year, I think it was Troy, I forget who it was, where they were maybe 2 or 3 receptions away from hitting an incentive. And they played in the final game, but it was more of a, let's get out of this game. We ran the ball a ton. They didn't hit their incentive. And it wasn't, okay, we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You missed it by 2 or 3 reps. Here's your money. But it was the other way.
But here's why I find this specific instance so interesting. It's not just because it's Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback we've ever seen, and the guy who might be the greatest football player ever if such a distinction exists. It's because it's not only that he will be a free agent after this season unless they give him another new contract during the year. They can't franchise tag him. Like that's the other part of this, is he will hit true unrestricted free agency. So this is a gamble by New England, a gamble that this does not anger Tom Brady to an extent that he's going to say, you know what, I take all these discounts, we win all these Super Bowls, we go to all these Super Bowls. The last 3 years, my resume is greatest Super Bowl comeback ever, league MVP, and then another Super Bowl. And you still won't give me security pass this year? Because with respect to Richard Seymour and Ty Law, all these players, none of them are me. None of them are Tom Brady. None of them have the legacy that I have here, and I still can't get 1 year past this year?
Nope.
And so, well, but that is a gamble. It's a gamble on their behalf, right?
It's not really. I mean, he's been there 19 years.
Everything is a gamble, Nick. But when you say everything that Tom Brady said, Tom Brady, how much leverage does he have? He said he don't want to play anywhere else. He said he wants to keep one uniform on the whole time. You think he's going to be getting back at Belichick? He decided to go to another team and learn a whole new system, have to go through off-season training, put his kids in another school in another district in another part of the country? You think Tom Brady's going to be like, oh, you know something? I'm going to get back at him. I think Tom's smarter than that. I'm going to give you 3 examples. Number 1 was one of my college teammates. Bill Belichick was an assistant coach. He sat next to Belichick, and you know this player, very good football player, a pro's pro. He sat next to Belichick every meeting. Belichick never spoke to him the whole year and had the utmost respect for him, like the utmost. Guy played several roles on the offense. I know 2 coaches. One sitting right here, and another one of my college teammates. Belichick let them go or allowed them to go other places, and you know what, Nick? Life moved on. You would think that all those years those guys had spent with that guy, that there would be something, an emotional attachment. He is not like us. He does not think like we do. And when we try to analyze New England, the thing that upsets me is people try to make them into something different. They try to put their ideology on top of New England. Rob Gronkowski. Oh, you know, that's the Patriot way. He's going to retire, take the offseason, lose 30 pounds, and you know what? Belichick's going to save a spot for him to come back in November. That's not the Belichick that I know. That's not the type of football that he teaches. So he's been consistent about this, and he is not going to change for any one person. If Belichick walks away from New England, it will be because he lost the power to be able to make all the football decisions.
Yeah, I know that as my mom has gotten older, she's gotten a little bit more set in her ways, and I can't imagine that Bill is changing as he gets older and as he has more and more success.
3 Super Bowls in a row. Oh, I'm getting ready to change.
Yeah,
no, I don't think so.
I think if anything, his philosophy has been reinforced and reinforced again and reinforced again, and there is a efficiency there by not having the emotion going into these decisions, which really allows them to make the right business decisions. And everybody else wants to do that, but he has that ability to remove emotion and just make the hardcore decision year after year after year. And look, could Tom be that part of that decision-making process? Yeah, the only thing that could change it is Robert Kraft.
What's the thing you always say when I say, oh, my feelings are hurt, or aren't you worried about how he's going to feel? You're like,
those are your feelings. Yeah, I ain't concerned about that. They'll get over themselves or whatever.
Those are your feelings.
Yes.
Coach, thanks for joining us today.
Your girlfriends didn't like that.
They didn't like that at all.
I'll be back, too.
I would hope Coach is coming back.
Either way.
Come back. Whatever. Coming up.
I'm emotionally attached to you, Coach.
I'm sorry.
Way to be hardcore, John.
So much. We'll talk some Steelers, Big Ben, AB next on First Things First. I'm all kind of a Clemson.
Keep it 100, Jen.